the latest data, it's 830 million profiles on LinkedIn. We do not know how many of them are real, how many are duplicates, and how many are set up wrongfully, because I've seen many companies trying to connect with me, even though they were acting as a profile, not a company profile. Europe has the third most of any continent, with 160 million plus members after US. North America has the second most members. Here is the full screen. Let's look at the full numbers here. And 57% of members are male on LinkedIn. That's interesting because men significantly outnumber women on LinkedIn. 57%, as I mentioned, identify as men, with 43% identifying as women. Followed by over 35 million users, Bill Gates is the most followed person on LinkedIn. Andy, who do you follow and why? Who is your influencer?
It's interesting because I don't actually follow many people. And the reason for that is there's so much content. I am busy. I literally get inbound people wanting to speak with me and engage with me every week. It's not quite every day, but pretty close. And I remember making a big distinction in my business. I think the overriding thing that we can get bogged down in statistics and what about fake profiles? Yeah, maybe your strategy is I'm going to choose who I accept the connection from. And if they look fake, I'm not going to. It's only because I automate mine that I've done that. And that's perfectly sound. And I think I remember a few years ago going, I'm now in a position where I have to pick up emails every day, LinkedIn messages, Facebook messages, WhatsApp messages. I've got a couple of other communication platforms. What the heck do I do? I've just started to follow Tony Robbins again. We'll talk about him, I'm sure, in the last couple of minutes. I studied with him many years ago. It was because somebody had sent me some information. I'm very much into business. I want to say gurus, business coach, advice coaches. Tony Robbins, for me, is the world's best peak performance coach. But I don't follow many people just because I don't have the time consume all that content and read it. It's the same in the way I don't join many groups. The reason we've got our Post Party Club members group in Facebook is I was being told that there's more engagement with Facebook groups than LinkedIn groups. They're a bit behind, but I'm now hearing and I'm personally experiencing not lots of engagement within groups. I think I follow a couple of the founders of LinkedIn because I do occasionally like to see what they're doing and what they're talking about. But I think the overriding thing to take from this is it's global and it's huge. So whatever your business or your outcome is, think about what's my strategy to go and engage with those people, because it is pretty much global. Yes, if there's a load of fake profiles and there's a load of duplicates and there's a load of stuff, I have an abundance of people I can get to. If I want a job in China doing X, I can find somebody on LinkedIn. My nephew can absolutely get anybody in the world quickly. I'll give you one quick example of that. I was coaching a guy who was a musician and he was on a bit of a downer. And I was on the phone to him. I said, who do you want to get to? He said, the head of A&R for Sony. I didn't know what A&R was. It stands for Artists and Repertoire. And while I'm on the phone to him, cradling the phone, I've said, the head of A&R for Sony Music, his name is such and such. He's based in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I've just sent him a connection invite. And my client can't tell you exactly what he said. How have you done that? I said, he's a third tier connection of mine. Now, he's got no photo. He's not going to accept my invite. He's probably not active on LinkedIn because he doesn't need to be. Point I make is he has a profile on there and I found him within 10 seconds of being on the phone. The moment you think I want to get to somebody, I don't care whether it's a referral, I don't care whether it's a doctor or a mortgage broker, or start to look around LinkedIn because it's just believable. It's good enough to be true. And the challenge I hear is, well, they've been around. I had it the other day. Well, LinkedIn, it's been around 20 years. Is it any good? It's just more and more powerful than it's ever been. But this was a guy who was retired. He didn't need to look at it.